Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic, or actually maybe it might be time for another edition of Meme or Dream. We're kind of doing both today. Here's the plan with our episode today. Recently, there was a Pioneer tournament on Magic Online that someone entered with a version of Mono Black Devotion that cost $1. $1 is essentially free on Magic Online. Not only did they play the tournament, they actually made it all the way to the finals of the tournament, playing against real Pioneer decks. So we're going to give the deck a shot and find out, is it actually possible to be competitive in Pioneer on Magic Online for a single dollar? Is a deck a meme or a dream? See, I don't know. Is it Budget Magic? Is it meme or dream? It's kind of all the same. But regardless, we're going to play $1 Mono Black Devotion in a Pioneer League and try to find out if it can actually compete. So here is our $1 Mono Black Devotion list from Pioneer. Comes from Chris Cabbles, a person that played it in the tournament. $1, that's the Magic Online price. Paper, $36, so still really cheap, but not quite $8. So what is the plan of the deck? Well, our big payoff, Great Merchant of Asphodel. We're trying to make a bunch of black mana symbols, play a Gary or two, drain our opponent out of the game. We also have some repeatable drain. Sanctum of the Stonefangs. No other shrines in the deck, just drains for one each turn. Underworld Reaps pings our opponent when they draw a card. Sign and Blood is in our deck to draw us cards, but it's actually this like cute pseudo combo with Underworld Reaps. We can target anyone with Sign and Blood. So technically, we can make our opponent draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Well, if we have Underworld Dreams out, they're also going to draw those 2 cards and get pinged twice, which turns Sign and Blood into like this weird 4 damage for 2 mana burn spell in our Mono Black deck. So that's something to keep in mind. Sign and Blood targeting our opponent, especially with Underworld Dreams, is a legit plan in this deck. Plus, I mean, it keeps us drawing cards, which is nice. Creature-wise, we got a bunch of Death Touch Lifelinkers, Vampire the Dire Moon, Gifted Etherborn, good against the big stompy creatures of Pioneer. Claysail Freebooter, good against combo and control, snagging a non-creature, non-land from our opponent's hand. Duskleage's Zealot card advantage, Nightveil Spectre, a ton of black mana symbols, really upping our devotion. Also, kinda draws us cards, although it's an old card, so even though we get to exile the top cards of our opponent's library, we can't cast them unless we have the white mana, so we're kind of hoping to like exile lands from our opponent to play to have the right colors of mana, or just hoping our opponent's on a black deck. Then things get really easy. Mana base, swamps, and a witch's cottage, so about as budget friendly as possible. In the sideboard, Duress for control and combo, some more removal, Ashiok for graveyards, Blight Beetle, really good against mono green style decks, which are pretty popular in the format. Serrated Scorpion, a little bit more toughness, I guess, on our 1-drop compared to Vampire the Dire Moon. And that is $1 Mono Black Devotion. Is this deck gonna work? Can it actually compete? I got no idea, but we're going to play it in a league and try to find out. And worth mentioning, and we'll talk about this more after our league, but there's a lot of ways to upgrade this. Like, oh man, this deck has me dying for a playset of Castle Lockwains. In the mana base, it seems so perfect for the deck, but we're going to play the $1 build, and we can talk about upgrading it later. So let's jump into a league, find out if $1 on Mono Black Devotion, can actually compete. Is it a meme? Is it a dream? Is it Budget Magic? Is it meme or dream? I got no idea, but let's play some Magic. So thanks for watching, enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. Need some new Modern Horizons cards? Well, you can pre-order them from our sponsor Card Kingdom by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Alright, Budget Magic / sort of meme or dream time. This week, we're doing something a smidge different. We're playing, it's basically Budget Magic meme or dream hybrid, where we're playing Pioneer, and our deck is a deck that someone by the name of Chris Campbell recently played in a Pioneer tournament. Not a huge tournament, but an actual Pioneer tournament. And they ended up not winning the tournament, but they made it all the way to the finals of the tournament, playing a Mono Black Devotion deck that costs 1 tick on Magic Online. Literally a single tick. In paper, it's $36. So as cheap as a deck can be. Like essentially free on Magic Online. It's just ridiculously cheap. So I figured we should probably give it a shot, because if there was an actual competitive 1-tick deck that you could use to play leagues with on Magic Online, that would be absolutely spectacular. Unfortunately, our opponent has played I don't even know what to say about this. Our opponent has played an infinite number of very strong things, while we have played a Vampire the Dire Moon. Also worth noting, the tournament this was played in, as I said, it wasn't a huge tournament. It was like a weekly Magic Online Society event, but it was played against real decks. The deck that won the tournament was a green black Stompy or green blue Stompy deck, which is good. Lotus Field combo was in there, a couple of Yarion decks, so it was competing against real decks and working. Unfortunately, I feel like we are losing this very rapidly. I mean, our opponent had turn 2 Planeswalker, turn 3 Manadork Planeswalker, or whatever. Like, that's tough. That's tough to keep up with. I think our one, like, sort of hope is to draw land, Gray Merchant, draw another Gray Merchant, and that could steal this. That's what we're playing towards here. Hilariously, this Domri is keeping the Lovestruck Beast from attacking, which is a little bit helpful. Down to 14. Oh, please no more threats. Garrick's Harbinger. That is a threat. Opponent hits us. Well, we shall see. That's a land. Well, Gray Merchant. Drainia. We're up to 14. But 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I guess if they tick down Chandra, then they can't actually kill us. They put us to 1. Oh, they can fight, though. So they fight here. Yeah, tick up Chandra, and that's lethal. Well, that was a very fast start. Mana Dorks are kind of a big deal in this format. Well, we will bring in... Is Blight Beetle worth it? I guess? I mean, it seems like there's enough dorks to make it worth it. Freebooter does not seem great. We don't really have a way just to kill a Planeswalker, do we? Duress is probably too whiffy. I guess Noxious Grasp, probably. Maybe going down 1 Vampire the Dire Moon and maybe an Underworld Dreams. Try it like that. Well, that was how Pioneer goes sometimes. The Mana Dorks are very strong in this format. So our opponent just had a incredibly explosive start where they had like 6 mana on turn 3 or something. Well, Swamp Go. See how these Blight Beetles do. Hopefully they're good. Opponent, Elvish Mystic. I'll play a land. I think we got to kill the Elvish Mystic, especially with our opponent mulliganing. They might have kept a hand that was pretty reliant on the Mystic. Opponent, tap land. We do draw land. Well, in that case, we're going to get down our Night Veil Spectre. See if we can steal some goodies. Stomping Ground. Tapped. Now play a Swamp. Go to comp. Oh, we shouldn't have played the Swamp. Well, slight mistake. In case we hit a land, we should have waited. Well, we don't hit a land at least. Bone Crusher. So, Night Veil Spectre. It is a old school version of its effect. It does not fix your mana for you. So we actually have to find red mana to be able to cast this Bone Crusher Giant. This is like the 2013 version of the effect or whatever. Opponent. Ooh, Gnarled Professor. It's a bit of spice. Oh, this is a Possibility Storm deck. Interesting. Well, I think we need to kill the Professor. This time definitely attack first in case we hit a land. Play the Mountain. Pass the turn. Ooh, the Enter the Infinite being discarded though should mean Possibility Storm isn't great. I think you only play 1 Enter the Infinite. That's what this deck is. Possibility Storm combo. We played this a long time ago. It is a very cool idea. Opponent, Chandra. Well, we will stomp the Chandra. So we do lose our Night Veil Spectre, but we get through the Chandra, and we actually might not be in horrible shape here. Opponent, Llanowar Elves, 2 cards in hand. I'll play the land, go to combat, attack you. Opponent's gonna block, trade, sure. Night Veil Spectre, Bone Crusher Giant. Who's the Eldraine deck now, opponent? Opponent, Gnarled Professor. So are they actually playing Lessons? No, it seems like they're just looting mostly. Oops. Opponent plays a land, 1 card in hand. Well, go to combat, attack with everything. Opponent, gotta block their own Bone Crusher. Night Veil, give us some goodies. Land. I guess we play it on... Oh, we can't choose, can we? Oh, we can. Okay. Let's play it on green. Blight Beetle. Blight Beetle. Go. Wow, we might be winning this. Opponent plays a land. And... Ooh, Shared Summonings. Okay. Is that enough, though? So they get 2 creatures. Does that actually matter? I'm not sure it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we don't have lethal this turn. We're like 1 short. Huh. I wonder if we need a sideboard to try to beat Possibility Storm. Like, Possibility Storm Adventure Creature wins the game. That's kind of the... So you can win like we saw our opponent win in game 1, just like an adventure deck, essentially, or like a Gruul mid-range deck. Alright, gets a Stone Coil. Ah! Blight Beetle! Blight Beetle! Can't put counters on him. Got him! Got him! Alright. Do we want to change? Oh, how do we fight? Man, we gotta keep Freebooter. Freebooter gets stomped. Blight Beetle was actually kind of hilarious at the end there. Let's go down Vampire of the Dire Moons and keep the Kite Sails. I don't think we can bring in Duress. It seems so whiffy. It does seem very... Oh, actually. You know what our other answer to this is? Just Underworld Dreams. That actually makes way more sense than any of these words that we're saying. Let's keep the Vampire. Like, if we could just play Underworld Dreams, then they can't combo because they die, which is kind of hilarious. Oh, that would be the sweetest kill. All right, we'll keep in 2 Kite Sails. We do got to be careful of the combo, but we also got to be able to... Oh, there. Okay. All right. We'll see. Well, please don't be too fast. Please. Land. Mana Dork. Yeah. We do draw land, which is good. Play the land past the turn. So we can Underworld Dreams to stop the combo. Can we stop the beatdown is the biggest question. It's so funny. I hope our opponent doesn't realize what Underworld Dream does and tries to combo, because that would be the funniest. Because Enter the Infinite makes you draw your entire deck. So our opponent would just die? Oh, that's a Lovestruck Beast. Removal spell, please? Another Underworld Dreams. Well, Freebooter. This is a smidge on the slow side. Oh, dear. Goody. All right, well, we're not going to worry about the combo, but I'm not sure we can just beat a handful of Eldraine adventures. Opponent goes to combat. Hits us for 5. Lovestruck Beast is, it's big. Very big. Yeah, this is, ever since Pioneer started, this play pattern has been a top tier way to play the format. Like, the play pattern of Mana Dork into 3-drop has... Yeah, we're dead. I mean, I won't scoop because people say that I scooped early, but we don't have any removal. So, and we know our opponent has Stomp, so there's not any outs for this for our deck. Opponent hits us, we go to 3. Like, there's just nothing we can draw. They can kill this whenever they want to. We know there's a Bone Crusher. But yeah, the Mana Dork into I don't know if I want to say overpowered, but undercosted, busted 3-drop is one of the best things you can do in the format. Yeah, we're not even going to get to Grey Merchant mana here. Blight Beetle. In a different world, so we play Blight Beetle. Opponent can stomp this. We can block, die. Yeah, alright. Well, now we're just literally dead on board, so scoop it up. Well, we got a win. I mean, our opponent just drew so much Eldraine. Alright, well, on to the next one. Alright, budget magic time. / Meme or Dream time. Trying some more 1-tick Mono Black Devotion in Pioneer. Cheapest deck possible. Opponent, Mountain, and fancy Swift Spear. I mean, we do have a lot of lifelinkers with Death Touch, which seem good. We don't... Oh, there's one. All right. Yeah. Okay. I kind of like where we're at now. So we can freeboot to do a spell check and try to keep this Aetherborn alive, and then hopefully stabilize with Aetherborn into eventually Gary. Opponent, combat, hits us. Opted to the bottom. Down to 17. And Soulscar Mage. Well, Swamp. Kai'Sail Freebooter. Ugh. Yeah, well, take the Wild Slash. Unfortunately, our opponent has 2 cantrips in hand. And more Swift Spears. Monastery Swift Spear. And Crash Through. This is a lot of damage. And Shivan Reef. And Crash Through. Well, we gotta hope there's a little bit of fizzling going on. We really need this Gift Aetherborn to stick around. Opponent hits us for 9. Yeah, sure. Well, alright, play a land. Gifted Aetherborn. Vampire of the Dire Moon. I mean, the question's going to be, did our opponent draw into burn? We have 2 good blockers now, but if our opponent has burn spells, Expressive Iteration. That is a good one. Well, that digs very deep for burn. Opponent finds a Crash Through, land, Crash Through, and attacks. Well, Block and block. This is all we can do. Well, we're at 6. Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. Ooh! Sign in Blood. Down to 3. Pass the turn. Opponent. Steam Vents. Untapped. Storm Chaser Mage. Storm Chaser Mage. Yeah, that's a lot of action. Well, what do we have that's relevant in this matchup? Ugh, not much. I mean, I guess we can bring in Liliana's Triumph as more removal. Our life gain stuff should be good. And then maybe a couple Duresses, I guess. Go down the Dusk Legion Zealots. Yeah, let's try it like that. I mean, we get to be on the play for this game, which is nice. I think so far, if I am remembering, well, I guess we've only played one match, but I think that we won when we were on the play and lost when we were on the draw in match 1. So I wonder if that's a big deal with this deck. I mean, I think it's a very big deal in Pioneer. I think Pioneer is a format that is pretty heavily impacted by play draw because of the Mana Dork 3-drop lines that are so popular. And those lines they range from like unbeatable feeling on the play to strong, but I wouldn't say unbeatable on the draw. Let's just pass. I think we pass, kill the Swift Spear, untap, start playing Nightveil Specters, and hope for the best. We'll just kill it. Opponent's probably trying to light up the stage, I would guess. Ooh, no land. That's good news. You know what? We're still gonna play Nightveil Spectre. There might be an argument to just running out Gifted Aetherborn to gain life, but this allows us to hopefully play 2 2-drops next turn if we find a land or hit one with Spectre. Soulscar Mage. I'll go to combat, hit ya. We'd actually love to steal our opponent's land for multiple reasons here. Keep them from drawing it and let us play 2 2-drops. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Well, yeah, let's just keep killing things. Pass the turn. Oh, boot it. Alright, finds their land, pathway, ops. We talked about this before, but Nightveil Spectre, remember, does require us to have the right colors of mana. Does not fix our mana for us. So we can't just cast this Arcanist. We need to hit a red source off our opponent's deck, and then we can try to cast it. Swift Spear. Well, let's keep playing Nightveils. The more Nightveil Spectre hits we get in, the higher the odds are of us hitting mana to cast the spells we're stealing. Nightveil Spectre, I think, 100% would fix mana today. It's just an old version. We even saw, what was the more recent version that does fix mana? Opponent, Storm Chaser Mage. And also, if we ever get this Gary down, that's pretty exciting. Well, let's Liliana's Triumph. Alright, opponent has a Wizard's Lightning, so they're going to be able to get rid of a Nightveil Spectre. Somehow our opponent's caught back up on lands. Boy, I'd love to hit a land with this Nightveil. Hit ya. Land? No, pass the turn. Wow. Yeah, this idea of like, oh, we'll just hit lands and play 2 2-drops. That does not come together. Expressive iteration. Underworld Dreams actually seems kind of cute against our opponent's deck. Still really just want to have a turn where we kite sail into a, well, there's a land, into Gifted Aetherborn. Well, get in and hit ya. Red mana to kill the Dreadhorde Arcanist would be sweet too. Opponent. Ugh, not red mana. So opponent's going to get to start flashing back spells. Well, I think we Underworld Dreams, play the Swamp, punish our opponent for drawing cards. This should hopefully keep our opponent from just like chaining a bunch of stuff together. It also works best if we get the mana for Grey Merchant. Alright, opponent, Reckless Rage. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist is a really, really good Magic card. Really, really good. Well, we shall see. I feel like if this Grey Merchant resolves, we almost certainly win. Whether or not it does is another question. Opponent, Wild Slashes. Goes attacking. More Wild Slashing. Down to 15. Down to 14. Blister Coil Weird. Well, that's a land. We are going to play Gary. Hit you to 3. Hit you to 2. Now all we gotta do is stay alive until our opponent dies to this Underworld Dreams. Which, hopefully we can? Oh, Storm Chaser is about the worst thing our opponent could have for us. Yeah, they're going to be able to deal a lot. Oh, they have another. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we might not be able to stay alive because of this Dreadhorde Arcanist. Opponent gets to attack. They get to kill the Grey Merchant for free with Reckless Rage. Yeah, if you can't kill an Arcanist, you lose. Well, let's throw another Grey Merchant. That would be the best. Drop to 10. Oh, I forgot, that's also an out. Opponent. How about a Sign in Blood? All right. That works. Oh, well, opponent had to get stuck on 1 mana for a minute or two, but we did get there. Yeah, we don't really have any more removal to bring in. Yeah, I mean, I think it is what it is. This is what we got. This is what we got. Opponent's on the play. So far, the trend continues. Win on the play, lose on the draw. I'm actually very tempted to keep this hand. I mean, we are going to have to hit a land, but if we do, it's pretty good. If we have 2 lands, it's really good. We're on the draw. If we don't hit a land, what are we doing? Duressing into Vampire? That's still not the worst. Yeah, I think we're actually keeping this. I think being on the draw and knowing the matchup, I think we got to take a little bit of risk. If I felt like we were, like, favored in the matchup, I might mulligan. But since I feel like we're not favored, land? Haha, paid off. Since I feel like we're not very favored in the matchup, I think taking a little more risk is worth it. All right, well, take the Wild Slash. Opponent does not have the scariest hand. They have a Brazen Borrower, and that's kind of it. Opponent goes attacking, hits us. I'll play the land. Gifted Aetherborn. So I assume this gets borrowed. Yep. So there's a Brazen Borrower. Well, that's fine. Wouldn't mind drawing a removal spell at some point. That would also be good. Opponent gets in, hits us. I'll play a Swamp. The lands have worked out perfectly. Gifted Aetherborn. Vampire the Dire Moon. Go. Opponent. Oh! Ooh. Yeah, that's a hit. Oh, I thought we were going to stabilize. This could definitely find removal, though. Well, let's see. Opponent goes 3 cards deep. Gets 2 of them. How good are they? Yeah, opponent's hand was basically nothing before Expressive Iteration. Opponent's thinking about this, which I assume is bad news for us. Opponent gets a shock, plays a land, shocks the Vampire the Dire Moon. Ooh, do we block? Yeah, I mean, I think we probably do. Play a land. Night Veil Spectre. Go. Opponent. Could use another... we just want more life gain stuff, really. Steam Vents. Tapped. More life gain, that's all we want. Ooh, Heartless Act is nice. Get in with the Night Veil Spectre. If our opponent flashes in Brazen Bar, we're going to Heartless Act it. Opponent does not. Alright, steal some goodies. Soulscar Mage. Now, play a land. Kai'Sail Freebooter. Take a peek. We know one of the cards. Ooh, they have a Wizard's Lightning, okay. Wow, they didn't cast it, though. Huh, interesting. Well, in that case, let's play another Night Veil Spectre. I'm surprised they didn't cast that. I assumed that they would. Opponent, going to run out Brazen Borrower. Sure, come on, no Expressive Iterations or similar cards. Oh, Gary would be the best. That is the dream. Soulscar Mage, that's fine. Opponent, no attacks. Gary, land. Well, we will Heartless Act Brazen Borrower, so we can get in with the Night Veils. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Red mana is what we want the most. Just a red land. Brazen Borrower. Crash through. I'll play the land, pass the turn. Oh, if we can hit mana to let us cast our opponent's spells, we have a really good hand of our opponent's cards. Opponent hits us. Down to 10. Oh, Arcanist. Oh, come on, deck. We gotta kill the we just need to hit a land. Please, Night Veil Spectre, please. Oh, please. Go attacking. This is the game in these 2 triggers, I think. We just need a red source. All right, Steam Vents, that's a red source. And a shock. Well, Steam Vents untapped. Why can I not cast this? Oh, that's fine. That's right. Wizard's Lightning is under the Freebooter. Opponent's at 7. All right, so just stop on our opponent's upkeep. Bounce the Arcanist. Come on, hold. No chaining of cantrips, please. Oh, no. Wild Slap. That's game. That top deck is game. Yeah, Wizard's Lightning attack. Yeah. Almost. Wow. This deck has been so close. So close. I mean, we needed to fade a top deck, essentially. Like, if our opponent did not top deck, they lose the game. We have a shock that we can cast. So our opponent is just literally dead on board. But, yeah, I mean, they hit it. All right, meme or budget time. Budget, meme, or dream? I don't even know. Mash them together. We're playing some budget magic slash meme or dream action in Pioneer, which we haven't visited in quite a while, but I don't know. Standard, blah. Historic, as I'm recording this, is still Tainted Pack Fest. Modern Horizons isn't out yet, so we're in the time when it's a good time to experiment with some formats that we haven't played as much recently. So this hand is interesting. We're up against Luris, could be Burn, probably Auras. Opponent. Black red could be Sacrifice too, I guess. Claim the Firstborn seems good against our hand. Play a land past the turn. Opponent. Mountain. Arcanist. Well, you must die. Untap. Land, and we're gonna go for the gold here and play Night Veil Spectre. If it lives, could draw us a card. Opponent even has some black cards, so odds of us being able to cast it a little higher. Claim the Firstborn Village Rights would make me sad. Another Arcanist. Well, that also is frightening. Removal? Haha, it is removal. Thank you, magic gods. Alright, Night Veil Spectre. Hit ya. Steal a Dragon Skull Summon. I'll play it. Play a Gifted Aetherborn. So if our opponent actually has a spell, we can just kill the Arcanist. Arcanist? Thoughtseize. Well, I guess that means we have to kill it now. Alright. I assume they take Grey Merchant here, because Grey Merchant would be a lot of life and a lot of damage at the moment. 7? Wow, takes a Night Veil. Yeah, another Thoughtseize? Young Pizzy. Alright. And a Pathway. And okay, they do have another Thoughtseize. We draw more lands. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. Hopefully steal something good with this Night Veil. We can should be able to cast anything we hit. So now we're rooting for non-lands. Wow. Really wants to get rid of that Gifted Aetherborn. Alright. Night Veil. Yeah, we'll take a Young Pyromancer. Not insane in our deck because we don't have that many spells, but it's a creature that we got for free. About it. I guess our opponent's also going to be able to lure us and start replaying their stuff at some point. Kolaghan's Command gets back Arcanist. I'll go to combat. Hit ya. Steal Thoughtseize. Yeah, Dreadbore's good. Maybe. Underworld Dreams. I mean, Dreadbore's good if our Spectre lives. If Spectre dies, we don't get to cast it. But that is an answer to Arcanist. Number 3, Arcanist. Thoughtseize. Just a land. Oh, opponent scoops it up. Alright. Alright. Triple Arcanist, no problem. No problem at all for our deck. Oh, Liliana's Triumph's tough. We want as many ways to kill Arcanist as possible. However, if our opponent has Young Pyromancer, it gets actively pretty bad. Vampire of the Dire Moon seems pretty medium. Alright, go down 2 vampires. What about Ashiok? It doesn't seem like enough. You know, we're gonna bring him in. We gotta do what we gotta do. And actually, Serrated Scorpion's probably better than Vampire. It blocks the 1/1s. Well, let's give it a go, see what happens. The streak continues where, so far, we're what? Ew. Well, no lands, no keep. So far, whoever has won the die roll has won every single game. Whoever played first. Well, 1 land. The Sign and Bloods can help if we get to them. Grey Merchants is a way off, but that is our recovery card, hopefully. Stitcher Supplier. Oh, we draw a land, which is nice. Draw land, play Serrated Scorpion, go. Opponent, Pathway, and Magmatic Channeler. Well, yeah, I think we gotta kill it. A little bit disappointing because we'd rather be killing a Arcanist, but this is gonna find the Arcanist if it lives. Dragon Skull Summit. And alright, gets a Luris. That is a long-term problem. Well, I guess we Kite Sail Freebooter. Take the Fatal Push. Play the land. Hit ya. Opponent blocks, mills. So we gotta find removal for the Luris, basically. Opponent, untap land. Luris. Yeah, and Stitcher Supplier. Okay. Gotta hit that Heartless Act, and we gotta hit it this turn, I think. Opponent passes. Well, Sign and Blood, draw a couple cards. Land. Ugh. Gifted Aetherborn. And now we're a little bit Luris locked. Hit ya. Yeah, opponent's got a very nice graveyard at the moment for this Luris. Opponent finds a Feed the Swarm. Ooh, that lets Luris attack. And the Thoughtseize takes Gary. Land. Well, we get to draw again for Heartless Act. Yeah, there's Arcanist. Opponent hits us. Not a Heartless Act. Sign in Blood. Yeah. Sign in Blood. Play the land. Huh. Companions. Apparently good. I'll hit you for one. Maybe we do gotta bring in Ashiok. It feels so sketchy, but I'm not sure. Liliana's Triumph also feels so sketchy. It wouldn't get rid of the lures here, or even an Arcanist. It's just going to kill a Stitcher supplier, which doesn't really do anything. Claim to get a Channeler. Yeah, this one. Well, we'll stick it out. We're not going to early scoop. Fame to give it haste. Opponent. Attacks. Arcanist. Thoughtseize. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have to chump block. I mean, so the only reason we're kind of sort of staying in this game and not conceding right now is maybe... Grave Merchant doesn't even do anything, does it? Not enough. It does something, but... Opponent's up to 11. Yeah, I think this Lures is getting us. Another Stitcher Supplier to fill the graveyard. Well, we draw... Swamp. Alright, sure. Well, that's why Lures is a good Magic card. Well, Liliana's Triumph's out. I guess we're going to try Ashiok. I feel like none of these options are good options, but we got to try something to stop that graveyard loop that just gets us between... Oh, no. We are on the play. In theory, that means this is our time to shine and win. Put Dusk Legion Zealot to the bottom. So far, whoever's been on the plays won every single game. Hopefully the trend does not end here. Opponent. Keeping on 7. Blood Crypt. Tapped. Well, Swamp. Freeboot. Well, that is a pretty scary hand of action. Double Croc. Good lord. 2 Croxas, Arcanist, Young Pyromancer. Okay, so what is our... How can we possibly get out of this? I guess we kill Young Pyromancer, play Serrated Scorpion, hit ya for 1. But they have the... They have the Arcanist too, though. Opponent. Croxa, number 1 of many. And a Village Rites to draw some cards. Well, Nightveil Spectre, better stick around. No removal, please. Hit you for a little bit. Opponent. Down to 17. Oh, our clock is not that fast, is it? Fabled Passage. Opponent cracks it. And... Oh, yeah. Arcanist. Yeah, we were... Yeah, this one might be slipping away. Well, it looks like the trend has ended. Maybe the actual trend is all of our matches go 1-2 in our opponent's favor. And that we're super close, but just not quite there. I mean, at the same time, all of our opponents have single cards that cost more than our entire deck does on Moto, so maybe being super close and upgradable is enough to make it worth it. Alright, yeah. Well, that's a Croxa. Probably gonna top deck Ashiok right now and cry. We've already used 2 Heartless Acts. And we know there's another Croxa. And our opponent's at 15. Opponent appears to be deep in the tank for some reason. Considering which free spell to cast must be. Alright. Blood Crypt. Tapped. Well, play Gifted Aetherborn. Get in for 1. Pass the turn. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, I guess we gotta block with Gifted Aetherborn. Opponent. Kolaghan's Command, gets back Croxa, plays a land. More Croxas. We know there's another one in hand, too. Oh, no, they drew another Village Rites also? Yeah, well. So far, our opponent's drawn 6 more cards than us, which, 7 more cards than us. So that's basically a new hand. Croxa gets Grave Merchant. Yeah, I think that officially does it. Well, the 2-1 trend continues. Alright, budget magic / Meme or Dream time. I don't think we can keep 3 Vampire of the Dire Moons. We're playing 1 single tick, $1 on Magic Online. Mono Black Devotion. So far, the deck has been really good at winning 1 out of every 3 games. It has been very bad at winning 2 out of those 3, though, to actually win a match. So far we're 0-3, but every single match has been they've been really close, most of them. We've won a game every match, and we definitely had at least one match where our opponent had to top deck to steal the win. So, I mean, plus our deck is 1 tick, so I will take any sort of competitive-ishness with a 1 tick deck. Yeah, we'll keep. And are we just putting Gary to the bottom, I guess? Yeah, let's go Gary to the bottom. Well, land and Pioneer All-Star Vampire the Dire Moon. Opponent, whatever will you do? Opponent, Watery Grave. Tapped. And passes. I'll play the land, go to combat. Hit you with the vampire. So opponent looks to be playing blue-black control. I think that means Underworld Dreams is our best card if we can find it. Ooh, Esper control. Still think that means that Underworld Dreams is probably very good. Well, go to combat. Hit ya. Oh, it's going to get countered. Well, let's play Night Veil Spectre. I guess no matter what we do, there's a decent chance of it being countered. Yeah, there's the sensor. Well, 18 more turns. Vampire the Dire Moon. Got him. Opponent plays a land, passes. We draw land. I think the single biggest upgrade you can make in this deck is definitely Castle Lockwain. 4 copies of Castle Lockwain would be so incredibly helpful. Well, I guess we pass. Yes, this is the slowest clock imaginable. Well, just kidding. It can be slower. The Vampire of the Dire Moon can die, and we can have no clock. Ugh, more Heartless Axe, pass the turn. Opponent in the tank. I will warn you, you're probably going to yell at me, but if our opponent just plays a Teferi, I'm going to concede because we have no clock, and we don't have a way to kill Teferi, so, well, play a freebooter. Opponent counters it. Well, we'll try Underworld Dreams. If this gets countered, then, yeah. Alright. I know you're going to yell. You feel free to yell. There's no way. There's no way we can piece it together from there. We are officially on the 0%er at that point. I feel like Control has gotta be on the list of matchups that we want to play the least. I feel like Control is probably, like, our clock's just not very fast. We have a lot of good blockers against aggro and way to gain life against aggro, but against Control we just can't really force through enough damage to really pressure them. So we give them all kinds of time to get things set up and do what they want to do. And then they have counters to stop, like, our Grey Merchant, which is a big payoff. Like, Grey Merchant, Underworld Dreams, those are the 2 cards that can actually kill a Control player. But if they just save their answers for those cards, it's going to be hard to force through. This is a good hand, especially if we draw more lands and resolve things. So, Sanctum of the Stonefangs, 20 turn clock, Glacial Fortress for our opponent, passes. Well, hit you for a 1. Play a land. Let's play the thing that's the faster clock. Gifted Aetherborn, go. Slightly faster clock. None of our cards are actually a fast clock outside of Gary, and maybe Underworld Dreams. The synergy between Sign of Blood and Underworld Dreams is pretty funny. Underworld Dreams is that's a good answer. Underworld Dreams is probably the card we want to resolve most, although, sadly, Vanishing Verse does get it. That gets any monocolored permanent. Dusk Legion Zealot. Land? Okay, hit a land, pass the turn. Well, the Sanctum is getting there slowly. 18 turns. 18 turns at the moment. Opponent untaps. Glacial Fortress passes. Well, hit ya. Go to combat. Attack ya. Play a Night Veil Spectre. A single Absorbent does like 3 turns of our clock. It's like a triple time walk if our opponent gains 3 life. Opponent, do they care about Night Veil? Seems like yes. Oh, they actually do have Absorb. Alright, opponent, back up to 19. Our work has officially been undone. Hallowed Fountain. Oh dear, that means Teferi. Untapped. 5 manas. Being tapped. Yeah. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Untap some lands. This is very interesting. This is where so if I was just playing this game not on camera, I would concede right now. I would concede, knowing that our deck does not have a way to kill Teferi. We don't just have like a whatever, Murderous Rider or something. So knowing that our deck cannot kill a Teferi, and knowing what Teferi does, and opponent has a Censor, I think that our chances of actually winning this game, they're not literally zero, but they're like significantly less than 1%, I would say, knowing what's in our deck. However, I also don't like getting yelled at about scooping early. And I already kind of scooped early in game 1, so there's already probably some yelling. So, I guess that means we stick around a bit and try to avoid getting yelled at. Opponent draws some extra cards and does not untap with Teferi. Well, drain ya. I guess we play Gray Merchant while there's sort of a window. And I guess we're to the ignore Teferi part of the game and just try to hit ya. Well, opponent down to 5. Down to 4. Tucks our Underworld Dreams. And Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Well, hit you down to 3. Go to combat. I mean, we are going to attack. I'm sure there's blowouts with the Shark Typhoon out. Maybe? Watch us win after my less than 1% speech. Oh. Torrential Gear Hulk for Vanishing Verse. Yeah, this is about as big of a blowout as it can be. Gets our Sanctum. Kills both of our creatures. Well, we will play Kite Sail Freebooter. Take Absorb. Underworld Dreams. And go. Alright. We'll see. Opponent. 2. They can't cast the Thoughtseize. They can draw a Fatal Push. Well, now I think we have to not cast spells. Our best way of winning is not casting spells. Because they can absorb a spell. Swamp. Go. Oh! They can't take up the Teferi because of Underworld Dreams. Opponent needs to draw like a Vanishing Verse, I guess. Or, yeah, Vanishing Verse. Down to 1. Land. Oh no, we're going to win this. We're going to win this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, they drew. No. Oh, we're not going to win this. Just kidding. Just kidding. They absorb their own Thoughtseize. Draw a card down to 3. Hit us with everything. Oh no! Oh! What a mixture of emotions. Opponent, untap some lands. We draw Gray Merchant, Underworld Dreams. Well, we will play Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. We will play Underworld Dreams. Please tell me you didn't draw another counter. Oh, they did. Wow. So, well, you can see some of the cute synergies from our deck, making it sort of close. However, in the end, Teferi always wins. Opponent. Oh, now we're just literally dead. Well, okay. I'm glad we didn't scoop, because it actually got a little close for a minute. But in the end, drawing 2 cards every turn is enough. Well, this one's looking like a meme. Alright. One more chance for 1-tick mono black devotion in Pioneer to prove whether it's a meme or a dream. And we're gonna see. So far the deck, it has not been good at winning matches. I will give it that. On the other hand, it has felt relatively competitive in most matchups. Like, it's been close. It's been close. It's been competitive. Mono black, eh? Alright, opponents dumping their hand. Thankfully, Gifted Aetherborn seems good against our opponent. Ooh, 2 of them. Alright, opponent might regret spending that Fatal Push. Gifted Aetherborn. Go. What do you got, opponent? Swamp. Attacks. Not sure about this attack. We will block. I mean, they put it back into play, but it just doesn't actually deal any damage because of lifelink? I see. They want to get a Spawn of Mayhem out. I'll play the land. I'm going to combat. See if our opponent chooses to block. No. Well, kill Spawn of Mayhem. Pass the turn. Opponent. Mutavault. And Rankle. Yeah, that's a problem. So opponent basically gets a sack for free because of this Bloodsoaked Champion. Each player sacks a creature. Well, there goes our Gifted Aetherborn. Drawing a land here would be sweet. Dusk Legion Zealot. Well, I guess we gotta pass. Ugh. Yeah, land to be able to, like, Gifted Aetherborn and kill the Rankle would have been optimal. So the issue here is all these Bloodsoaked Champions are going to come back. Opponent plays a Swamp. Fires up the Mutavault. Goes to combat. Well, I'll kill the Rankle. Take 2. I mean, we're still working towards this Gray Merchant eventually. We've dealt with 2 of our opponent's biggest and best threats. Alright, last card, Dreadwander. Opponent gets back a Bloodsoak Champion. There's a swamp, so we get to Dusk Legion Zealot, draw a card. Well, this is going to come down to our opponent top decking. If our opponent can top deck a removal spell for Gifted Aetherborn, things are sketchy. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Opponent. Wow, if we can get a land for Grey Merchant, things become exciting. That's a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we got to play a Grey Merchant. Drain you. I think the plan is play one Grey Merchant now to stabilize and have another blocker. Next turn, we can Underworld Dreams and then play the second Grey Merchant after. Opponent, land. I mean, we will block this Knight if they attack with it. Yeah. So Gifted Aetherborn. This does cost us some black mana symbols, but I think it's worth it. Opponent pumps. We go to 19. Opponent gets back Bloodsoak Champion. Kind of what Bloodsoak Champion does. Well, 1, 2, 3, Underworld Dreams. 1, 2, Kai'Sail Freebooter. This can't block, right? Alright, well, hit ya. Actually, do we attack? Yeah, we're at 19. We're going to attack. Opponent takes it to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we're so close. So close to lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I think we have lethal. We just don't block. We don't do anything. We will take it. Grey Merchant number 2. No Thoughtseize, please. Opponent passes. Whew, another one. All right, Gary. Our good friend Gary. All right, opponent fatal pushes. Goes to 2. And scoops it up. Okay. Well, that's a win. That is a win. That is a win. Oh, it'd be sweet if we could close this out with at least one win. Oh, it'd be so sweet. So, wow, do we have no sideboard cards? I don't think we do. Well, I guess we do that again. Mostly scared of the big flyers. We have good blockers for the random ground creatures. I mean, I guess we could bring in Ashiok's. Maybe it's worth it? Yeah, I don't think it is. Vampire of the Dire Moon's a little meh because it trades with all those recursive 1-drops, but, well, okay. We will keep. This hand looks reasonable. Yeah, we'll keep it. Opponent, Snow-Covered Swamp, and Bloodsoak Champion. Well, land, go. Removal on this Gifted Aetherborn is scary. We need to, gonna need to find a way to stabilize. Opponent's deck can be very aggressive. Mutavault. Well, that's not the worst. We'll play a Freebooter. Hopefully this can clear the way for the Gifted Aetherborn, which is our important 2-drop. Opponent, Heartless Act. Well, we get a peek at the hand. Rankle. Ooh, and 2 Faceless Havens. Okay, well, that's scary. Scary. Snow-Covered Swamp. Another Bloodsoak Champion. Well, removal, please, I guess? Opponent goes attacking. Well, land. Underworld Dreams. Oh, I think we're dying, though. Rankle's a lot of damage. I think we're just going to die before we get to Grey Merchant. That's actually been a weird theme of this deck, especially when we're on the draw, is a reasonable amount of the time, we die before we can get to Grey Merchant to stabilize. Yeah, Rankle's tough. That shuts down our Gifted Aetherborn plan. Each player discards. Well, I guess it's Underworld Dreams. I don't think, even if we draw removal, and Night Veil Spectre, dead on board. All right. I mean, I guess not technically. We could play this in Chump and go to 1 or dead to a Snowland, but yeah, there's not really. Even if we do get to the Grey Merchant, we're still just going to be dead. Yeah, Rankle, undealt with Rankle. Pretty good. All right, we're on the play for the last game of our league. Come on. I don't know if my heart can handle another 2-1 loss. We've had that happen so many times. This hand's kind of sweet. I mean, if Night Veil Spectre actually sticks around, it seems insane against another black deck, because we can actually just cast everything. Opponent, Dreadwander. Well, land. Kai'Sail Freebooter. Has a whole bunch of removal. I'll take Fatal Push. Go attacking. Hit ya. Ooh, Murderous Rider 2. Huh. Opponent, Legion's End. Hits us. I'll play the land. Night Veil Spectre. Hit you for 1. Opponent, Faceless Haven. I'm sure they're going to Murderous Rider this. Yeah. Swift End kills it. Gets it for 1. Big draw. Land. Well, Witch's Cottage. Get back Night Veil Spectre. Hit you for 1. Opponent. Yeah, no more lands would be good. We're kinda flooding. Bloodsoak Champion. Wow. And they're going to leave up mana? Huh. So this means they have another Swift End, apparently? Well, Grey Merchant, I guess. Yeah, that is another Swift End. Pass the turn. Ay, 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 ay. Opponent. Urborg. Opponent's drawn a ton of removal this game. Well, hopefully we stop drawing lands. Something like Sign in Blood would be nice. Opponent. More removal. And gets in with the Faceless Haven. Hits us. Please not more. Okay, another land. Yeah. Well, the flood is on. The flood is on. Opponent draws land. We're gonna need a good draw though. We have been pretty light on spells compared to lands here. Opponent Faceless Haven goes to combat, hits us. Yeah, well, block the Dread Wanderer. Drop to 6, putting us probably dead on board unless we draw something. There's the Dread Wanderer. Well, what do we find? Underworld Dreams. Alright, maybe we can find something in our opponent's deck. It's a land, and we're dead. Huh. Well, I think that we can officially call this one... We can call this one a meme. So, the good news is... We played an entire league with this deck. 5 matches. We went 0-5. We were close in a lot of them. Like, it did feel competitive adjacent, I would say. Like, we weren't just getting blown out. The games were close. We should have won one, but we got top deck the turn before our opponent was going to die. All the other ones, only the control matchup was it really not that close, and even the one game in that matchup did end up being kind of close. So the question is, like, what do you do with a deck like this? Is this a deck that you should buy to play as a budget deck? I don't know. Is this a deck that's good enough that you could actually actively, like, win leagues with and build a collection with on Magic Online? No. On the other hand, I mean, you can play Penny Dreadful with it, I think. I mean, it costs literally $1. It's a one-tick deck on Magic Online. So you can probably play, like, Penny Dreadful with it. If you want to play it casually, it's $1. It's $1. Like, it can't get any cheaper than that. This deck is as close to free as you can get on Magic Online. Actually, you might be able to build this deck for free on Magic Online with, like, the free card bots. So while I don't think I would recommend playing this deck in a league or anything, if you want to just build it and play with it, it is fun. It's got some neat synergies, like the Sign in Blood with Underworld Dream synergy. Grey Merchant's sweet. Night Veil Spectre is nostalgic, at least. So it didn't feel horrible. But I think it's definitely the definition of a casual deck. Not a deck that you're going to win tournaments with. I'm genuinely curious how someone went 3-1 in a tournament and made it to the finals with it. But at the same time, like, if you looked at our matchups, if things broke a little bit differently, we could have been 3-1. Like I said, all of our matchups except the control one were matches that went 3 games, so we won at least 1 game out of them. We had one match that we arguably should have won but got top deck, so we were super duper close. So it's not like a meme or dream deck where some of the meme or dream decks, you're just like, oh my god, there's no way. This isn't even functional. It doesn't even look like a real deck. It looks like, you know, someone just threw random cards together and tried to play it and apparently went, 6 wins in a row, blah, blah, blah. This deck, it is a functional real deck. It's just kind of a little bit low powered because it is on such a ridiculously cheap budget. Like, if you look at this deck, in every conceivable definition, it is budget. It has 4 rares in the entire deck. Everything else is common and uncommon. So this is almost a pauper deck that we're playing in Pioneer. It cost 1 tick, so it's essentially a Penny Dreadful deck that we're playing in Pioneer. And even though we didn't get to win matches with it, the deck mostly held its own. I will say, it's also upgradable. I will also say it's pretty upgradable. If you want to add some more cost to the deck, a huge one is Castle Lockwain. Like, Castle Lockwain, absolutely absurd. Like, that is a card that would help us fight against those control decks. Oops. It's a card that can help us fight against the control decks. I would definitely just play the full 4 copies. I would be playing 4 copies of Castle Lockwain. Upgrade number 1, not super cheap, but not super expensive. And then it kind of depends, like, how far do you want to go budget-wise? Like, do you go full-on, like, Mutavault? I think Mutavault is. We saw the black aggro deck we were playing against. We could steal some of their tricks. Maybe we play Urborgs and Mutavaults. I guess it does get a lot worse with Night Veil Spectre, so that would be a concern. Maybe we shouldn't go too far down that pathway, but it's something to consider. Obviously, like Thoughtseize is insane. You can't play Duress in the main deck, but Thoughtseize is definitely a main deckable card. I would probably consider running it in the main deck. It's just that good. Find room for it somehow. But that is our like Duress upgrade. Murderous Rider offers more removal that also adds more black mana symbols to the battlefield. So that's another option that I would definitely consider. So that would be a card I would be looking at throwing in. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. It's really, really close to being spectacular. I love the janky Underworld Dreams signing Blood Synergy. That's a really cool synergy. Plus, Underworld Dreams was oddly effective. We saw it against the Control deck. We had it against the Possibility Storm combo deck. So it actually is kind of effective, especially when you have Grey Merchant to go with it. So I feel like there's something here. And here's my overall feeling about the deck. I would say, even though our results don't suggest the deck is super competitive, I think that you will win more than we won here. Like I said several times, we were super, super close. Many of our matches were super close. This isn't a deck that's just never going to win. It's not a 0-5 deck. It's not a 5-0 deck, I don't think, at least not consistently, but I think you could probably win almost 50% of the time. I think expecting like consistent 2-3s and occasional 3-2s with this deck doesn't seem unreasonable to me. And then you do have a pretty clear upgrade path. And the upgraded version of the deck actually seems like it could be pretty powerful once you get the Thoughtseizes, Castle Lockwayne, again, just absolutely huge addition to the deck. So I think that it's a deck you build because it's essentially free. You play it casually, have fun with it, enjoy the janky synergies, enjoy Vampire the Dire Moon in a constructed format, enjoy all that stuff, and then upgrade it, and then you probably have a deck that can actually 5-0 League on occasion. So that is our Budget Magic / Memer Dream / Pioneer League for today. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the deck? I know the record wasn't good, but it was fun, it was interesting, and it is ridiculously cheap. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.